So this is an in-depth review of the Audioengine A2 Plus powered speaker, so also referred to as monitors. Comes in a pair. These examples in particular are in gloss white, which is beautiful lacquer, and you can see it's very reflective, very nicely finished. It's got a soft dome tweeter and a woofer of sorts. It's front ported, so these are meant so you can put them right up against the wall without distorting the bass, and you won't sound too boomy. But just from the relatively small size, don't expect these to produce tons of bass. They do produce good quality as compared to like a standard computer speaker that you might have, and certainly quality is much better. But by all means, they are not. They're not meant to produce large room-filling music, especially in the bass end. The higher and the mid-range, it's fine. Just in the bass, they're best paired with a subwoofer. And I'll do a little demo with the without subwoofer later on so you can see. So what it is on one pair, one side, one speaker, it's fully powered. This is all the guts and the electronics are. And the other one, it's simply just the passive speaker that you can actually power any other way. If you have two of these, they act just like regular speakers. Now, weight-wise, definitely the one with all the electronic, it was weighing a lot more than the passive version. However, they do actually weigh more than they look because they're a relatively small size. Want to go into a little bit detail, talk about the number of inputs these speakers have. So first of all, it's got a pair of analog inputs. There's a 3.5 millimeter input jack as well. Additional, there's a pair of outputs, analog RCA left and right. On the left speaker, there's out to right speaker, and this is basically as is the power terminal to your right speaker, and it comes from left. So it's nicely labeled for those of you that are technically challenged. And one reason I really like these over the original A2 is the fact they come with a USB input. So this pair of speaker actually has a built-in DAC, which you can plug directly from your computer, and it does all the digital analog conversion for you. And it's quite a decent DAC. I don't notice any distortion, and certainly it's a lot better than if you had used your 3.5 millimeter directly from your sound card or from the analog audio output from your computer. Those of you that are using those 3.5 millimeter, sometimes you'll notice there's going to be electronic jitter when you run certain applications or boot the computer, etc. You'll hear that, and there's some static. With the USB, it gets rid of all that static, and you get a nice clean sound. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in so you can see. I'm going to use a USB, connect it to my PC, which is running Windows 10. But even with the earlier version, the drivers automatically, though it's transparent and automatically detects it as an audio device. And with that, I'm also gonna bring the speaker cable, and I'm gonna go ahead and connect the right speaker to the left, or the left to the right, whichever you see it. The speakers that it comes with, these are relatively thin. They're certainly not 12 or, yeah, these are probably I don't know, small, relatively small, but they do fine as well. And all you have to do is just mash up the color. It doesn't really matter which side you use, but I tend to use the copper with the red and the silver with the black. But it really doesn't matter as long as you match it on both ends. And these are 5-way binding posts, so you can also use your own cable, like banana plugs or spades directly. I do recommend banana plugs as they make connections a lot easier to manage, so you can certainly remove and install your speakers relatively quickly. But you see, that didn't take me too long to set up, and there's a volume controls in the back, so that's one thing to note. Because they're a relatively small size, there's really no room to install or replace volume knob in the front, so it's actually in the back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn them on, so you get a nice click, and after that it just kind of rotates infinitely. So I think this analog volume dial, it's not a digital, which I actually prefer, because it essentially has infinite number of levels so you can adjust to. So I'm going to leave it on relatively low and then play some audio from my PC. Just make sure the audio playback device is set to my Audioengine. So give me a second. Go ahead and set that up. Would help if I actually plug the other end into my computer. So let me go ahead and do that now. Oh, one thing I needed to do. So also would help if I plug in the power. So there is a 1.8 amp power plug, comes with its own power transformer. And now that I have given it power, let me plug into my PC. Automatically plays, and it automatically detects from within Windows. No, I haven't tested these with Macs, but there should be no reason why they wouldn't work with Mac, as the DAC is quite good, I think. So I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. You can listen in. So while they're not super bassy or boomy, the sound quality is quite good. Next thing I wanted to do is kind of demo the difference if we had a subwoofer plugged in. So I'm going to use the analog left-right that plugs into my 8-inch powered subwoofer. I'm actually going to put it into output. So there's the output plug in the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. So I'm going to turn these on, and you should hear the subwoofer kicking in a bit more. And notice the volume of the subwoofer adjusts with the knob, so that's quite nice. It's not these output levels are controlled by your volume knob. So I think that personally, I think that's a plus, because they make it ideal for plugging into a power subwoofer. There are some devices where the line out is at a constant volume, and in those cases you can't really adjust the volume. Basically, your subwoofer is always going to be at the whatever level this output is, and you have to adjust the volume separately on your subwoofer. So I think that's a great integration and ideal for pairing these speakers with a subwoofer. And the beauty of a subwoofer is you could actually listen to these at relatively low volume and really enjoy that full sound, full range sound, right, from the higher end to the low end as well. So I quite like these speakers. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna add a link below the video so you can have a look at the spec on these speakers if you like. They're great and clean from a clean computer setup install, right? But basically all you have visible is just these two speakers. There's no separate amplifier that's visible, and it's clean, and it's, you know, for those of you that like minimal setup, these are excellent. That's it. And there are obviously other competitors. I am looking to pick up another pair of their competitors. Some of the questions I've been asked is how do these compare to the Yumis. The Yumis are certainly a lot more affordable than the Audioengine, and I like to say that the Audioengines are probably the first to come up with these power monitor for your PC with integrated DAC. Right, the Yumis, the last pair I saw did not have that integrated USB DAC. It's just analog, so that's something to be aware of. But also the other thing is, from a color standpoint, they come in white. I think they also come in black and a variety of other colors, such as like I think red and yellow. But if you're looking at the Yumis or Yumais, those come in other colors such as purple, which you will not find in by Audioengine. Anyways, that's it. Hope you like the video. Hope this helps you make your decision on your computer audio purchase. See you next time.